I'm Jenny Tebbit, author of The Wobbly Kids and the developer of the course Growing Great Children with Learning Differences. Growing up as a child with undiagnosed inattentive type ADHD and raising a son with both dyslexia and ADHD has allowed me to see firsthand how difficult raising and educating a child with learning differences and neurodiversity can be. Whilst it's always been difficult, the reality is that the recent turmoil in the world and the education sector has made it even more difficult. In the last 2.5 years, I've had more parents reaching out for help than ever before. During COVID lockdowns and having to teach children at home, many parents realised the extent of their challenges their children face, and they felt under-equipped to support them. As a result, I felt compelled to write this book this year. The Wobbly Kids Guide for Parents is designed to help parents navigate the challenges of parenting and educating children who learn differently. The book comes with the 3 webinar workshops to give you the tools, the skills, the strategies, and the resources to support your child and family to success. The first session looks at some of the misconceptions and the lack of knowledge society and education has around learning differences and neurodiversity. It looks at all the characteristics and identifies student differences. It also looks at the nature of the difficulties and the reasons behind them. The second session is about educating and supporting children with learning differences, the 7 excellences in teaching for success, what they need and how to provide support for home learning in both reading, spelling, and also the computer software support that they need. The third session discusses the best approach to get outcomes. All children with learning difficulties have got a component of social, emotional, and behavioural difficulties that's connected to their learning differences. The multimodal approach actually looks at 5 areas. It looks at the medical, which looks at the issues around the diagnosis, and it may involve medication. It also looks at the social, the emotional and behavioural components, and the 5th component is the educational needs. In my experience, I found that if you don't have a multimodal approach, you don't get the outcomes that you want. And I don't mind admitting that in my journey, I thought initially that if you have a diagnosis, you meet the child's educational needs, you've got a good homeschool partnership, that all would be well in our world. I found out I was wrong. So session 3 gives you the strategies for this and how to use a multimodal approach for support. I believe we underestimate the amount of knowledge that both parents and teachers need to support at-risk learners well. It's taken me almost 20 years before I felt knowledgeable enough to call myself an educational consultant in this field. My goal for this book and the course is to support you as parents to have the knowledge easily accessible when you need it and not have to wait 20 years to figure it all out like I did. Many parents are reporting the course content as invaluable, and as the book goes into print this week, I'm confident it will serve those who read it well. I look forward to supporting your children and your family on your journey in some way soon.